Hispanics and American Indians, you are the Israelites. You are the 12 tribes of Jacob.
That's right.
Whose name was changed to Israel. We have been conquered and renamed in these last days. It's time for y'all to know the truth. Give me Proverbs 1 and 20.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without.
What the Bible say?
Wisdom crieth without.
The Most High God say, wisdom crieth without. Right now, wisdom is crying out to our people right now. Because they sleep. They don't know nothing. They don't know left from right. Read on.
She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
So the Most High already gave us a blueprint on how to teach and what to teach. He say, wisdom crieth in the chief place of concourse. That's why we in front of this store where y'all buying on the Lord's day. And don't know a damn about the Lord anyway.
That's right.
But everybody out here Christian, to guarantee it. Read on.
In the openings of the gates, in the city, she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones?
What did the Bible just say?
How long, ye simple ones?
The Most High God is talking to you blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. He said what?
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
The Most High God say, how long will ye simple ones love simplicity? How long is our sisters gonna love running their mouth 24/7? How long is our brothers gonna play with these basketballs like they 5 years old? When are we gonna ask a question? Man, how in the hell could I be black, Afro-American, African-American? How can I be a nigga, colored? How can I be 5 different nationalities? When are we gonna ask common questions? Where is the country called black? When are we gonna ask these questions? Where do we find the white image of Jesus Christ in the Bible? That's a very simple question. Everybody got this image on their wall at home. Where is this image in the Bible? That's a simple question you could ask Pastor Porkchop. But it's not in the Bible. Our people asleep. Read that last verse again, man.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning.
You see, I'm saying what the problem with our people is. You see, out here we got some regulars out here. They come to hear the word of the Most High God, but y'all don't got no fringes. The women still wearing pants, the brothers is still out of order with their shaved faces, but y'all come out here to hear the word of the Most High God. We is not out, this ain't no freak show. We here for repentance. Give me Ezekiel 33 and 30, because the Most High got y'all card. Y'all is not going to escape the judgment of the Father.
That's right.
We is out here for repentance. Y'all want to come and listen to the Bible and then don't apply it. It's a shame, man.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses.
You see, that's what they do. They sit over there and they murmur and they scorn against us as we come out here and teach. And the walls and the doors of the houses, come on.
And speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord.
They say, come. The brothers in purple is back. The Lakers is back. The Qs is in town with Bibles. Read.
And they come unto thee as a people, cometh and sit before thee as my people. And they hear thy words.
What?
They hear thy words.
Y'all come and y'all listen to this Bible like y'all gonna repent. Come on.
But they will not do them.
What the Most High just said?
They hear thy words, but they will not do them.
It's like y'all hear the word, but y'all will not do nothing that it say. Read that last part one more time, bro.
And they come unto thee as the people cometh. And they sit before thee as my people. And they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Y'all come before the men of the Lord. Y'all hear this Bible. Y'all hear God's laws. Y'all hear Christ is black. God is black. God is only dealing with one nation of people. Y'all don't apply nothing to y'all life. Y'all don't apply a thing to y'all life. It's a judgment for that. Give me Deuteronomy 28. Because I'm going to show y'all what happened when we broke the Most High laws. How we got to where we are today. How our men became so stupefied. How our sisters became whores. We going to deal with that. The whole earth and all the history therein is written in this Bible. Read that.
15. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
The Most High God said to the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, who have been conquered and renamed these bastard names. He said, if you do not listen to my voice, come on.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
The Most High God said, if we did not keep his commandments, that all these curses will come upon us and overtake us. You see, a lot of people out here, they ain't got no attention span. They out here on Twitter, Facebook. They out here asleep when the Bible's coming out, when wisdom is crying without. So now, let's find out when the curse is for breaking his commandments. Let's see if y'all like being at the bottom. Give me verse 43.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43.
Brother, let me ask you a question right here in the orange shirt, Nike. You see what I'm saying? Drop that real quick. Give me Luke 13. Because I'm gonna tell you about what Christ said about brothers and sisters like that. I hope y'all never think y'all hurting the prophets of the Most High God feelings. We ain't built like that. Let me show you what Christ said. Give me Luke 13.
Bring it out! Bring it out!
Luke 2, verse 10. Luke 2, chapter 2, verse 10. I'm gonna show you what the Most High God said about brothers like that.
Luke chapter 10 and verse 10. But into whatsoever city ye enter, and they receive you not.
And they what?
And they receive you not.
Right now, the belly of living waters is flowing right now. We teach repentance to God's chosen people. This Bible is being taught uncut, unadulterated. But they don't want to hear this Bible. What Christ say? Read it from the top.
But into whatsoever city ye enter, and they receive you not, go your ways out into the streets of the same, and say, even the very dust of your city, which cleaveth on us, we do wipe off against you. Notwithstanding, be sure of this.
Be what?
Be sure of this.
This brother who just walked past better be sure of this. Come on.
That the kingdom of God is come nigh unto you.
What Christ say?
That the kingdom of God has come nigh unto you. But I say unto you, that it shall be more tolerable in that day for Sodom than for that city.
The Most High God, through Christ, just said it's going to be more tolerable for the inhabitants of Sodom and Gomorrah. They got killed with brimstone and fire, ashes, dust to dust. It's going to be more tolerable, which means that was a light thing to the death that our people who walk by and keep moving going to get. Sodom and Gomorrah was going to be a light thing. Now go back to where you was at, bro. Deuteronomy 28, give me verse 43. Because our people must like being at the bottom. The kingdom of heaven is coming nigh unto you.
Bring it out!
Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within...
So this is one of the curses, number one. This is one of the curses, a reiteration. I know the Israelites have a short attention span. Me verse 15 again. Because our people, all we can do is pay attention to big butts and rap music and basketballs. So I'm going to reiterate for the Israelites. Me verse 15 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken.
The Most High God said if we will not hearken, another word for hearken is listen. Key word is here. The root word is here. Hearken. Come on.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
What's going to happen to our people?
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
The Most High God said if we to keep his commandments, all these curses will come upon us and overtake us. Let's find out a curse. Give me verse 43.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43.
Bring it out!
The stranger that is within thee,
The what?
the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So the Most High God say the stranger, the other nations that are within us get above us very high. Let me ask y'all a question. How many so-called black gas stations do you see in the hood? When you walk in the gas station and weed behind the counter, how many Walmarts do y'all see black folks owning? How many Burlington Coat factories do black folks own? Blacks, especially Native American Indians. Let's show you what God said. You see, because how B with that red dot on his forehead, he can come from across the water and get a gas station like that. You know what I'm saying? The Koreans, they come into your hood where it's gunshots, liquor bottles, and syringes and get a beauty salon like that, a nail salon like that. That's a curse. Everything we do fail. That's a curse according to the Most High God. Read that again.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
And you know what? They come, they set up their gas stations. They say, you know what? I'm going to get one of these so-called blacks, which are the Israelites. I'm going to get him to sweep my floor. I'm going to get him to clean my counters. We come down very low. You see, but y'all sleep out here. Y'all ain't listening out here. Y'all don't want to hear this Bible out here. Y'all like, oh, I got a nice car. Oh, I got a nice watch. Oh, I got money. I got bricks. I got pounds in the hood. Y'all think y'all cool because y'all got a nice house with a picket fence. Give me Revelations 3 and 17. Y'all are not good. Y'all gonna be put to damn death if y'all don't repent. Right. These laws is not suggestions. Y'all think y'all good because y'all got a 9 to 5. Y'all think y'all good because y'all got an Audi outside. Give me Revelations 3 and 17.
Revelations chapter 3 and verse 13. Excuse me. And verse 17. Because thou sayest.
What do our people say?
Because thou sayest, I am rich.
What do our people say?
I am rich.
Our people say, I don't gotta listen to these brothers. I got money. I got money. To hell with that Bible. I got a 9 to 5. I got a nice car. And I got a minivan. Read that again.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods and have need of nothing.
What they say?
And have need of nothing. And knowest not that thou
What they know?
Knowest not that thou art wretched.
And they are wretched. Y'all don't know that y'all wretched out here. If y'all not keeping these laws, y'all are wretched. If you don't know you an Israelite, you sleep. Read it again.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing.
Y'all say I got a 9 to 5, I have need of nothing. Come on.
And knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind.
The Most High God say y'all poor and blind, even if you got money, even if you got a degree. Sister, what's your nationality according to the Bible? You see yourself on this sign over here, sis? Where you see yourself at? Who? Judah? Okay, all praise to the Most High. Sis, you too? These are children? Okay, all praises, sis. So, let me ask you a question. What do you believe in, sis? I see you got your head covered. That's strange. What do you believe in? You Muslim. Okay, do you know where that came from? Give me Deuteronomy 28:64. I'm going to show you why you Muslim right now. I'm going to show you how we became Muslim, sis, because a lot of us came off them slave ships. We was already Muslim when we got here. You aware of that? Okay, some of us came over here Muslim. I'm going to show you why and how. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
So the Most High God said he was going to scatter the Israelites. According to the Bible, you are an Israelite. You understand that, sis? He said he would scatter us among all people. Among all people, you got different what? You got different religions, right? Read that again.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there.
And where?
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
Other what?
Other gods.
You understand that Muhammad and the religion came 600 years after Christ? You understand that? So in our captivities, we have learned other gods. We have served other gods. You understand? Let me show you what God said about what you're hearing now. Right now you caught in foolishness. Today is your day to wake up, since the Most High God is calling you. Give me Exodus 20, start at verse 1. You see, we out here 5 people. We out here 5 people. We're not here for nobody else. We gonna teach, thus saith the Lord. Let's see what God say. Read that. Start at verse 1.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of that land of Egypt.
The Most High God is only dealing with one people. He said, I brought y'all out of the land of Egypt. Come on.
Out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
No, it's okay to worship Allah.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Any graven image.
When they go to Mecca in Saudi Arabia, what do? Because you got to make one journey in your life, right? What do when they go? Around what? Give me Leviticus 26:1. Give me Leviticus 26:1. I'm going to show you what they do when they go over there.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols.
No what?
No idol.
What the idol over there called, sis? You know what it's called?
I wouldn't go over there. I don't pray to that.
Do you know what the idol is called? The Kaaba stone. You understand? You familiar with that, right?
Yeah.
All right, finish that verse.
Hold on, real quick, before he finishes that verse, I just want to bring a little passage out of a history book by a man named Rudolph R. Windsor. Okay? This was a black man. He was a scholar. He was a learned man. He traveled the globe studying history. Okay? This is from the book called From Babylon to Timbuktu. All right? This is out of the chapter, The Original Black Jews. All right? Now, before I get down to that real quick, I'm going to start off at the first paragraph in the section called The Two Daughters of Judaism. Okay? This is page 49. The offspring of Judaism are Christianity and Islam. Now, history was repeating itself. The proponents of Christianity said to the Jews, we accept your Bible, morals, and monotheism. You know what monotheism is? The belief in one God. Okay? It says here, only receive from us Jesus Christ, the great prophet, the Messiah, of whom all the prophets spoke in the scripture. Because the Jews, our forefathers, refused, they were despised and hated. So because our forefathers refused to accept Christ, the black Messiah, as the Messiah, the Christians hated us. Okay? Now I'm going to read on. Muhammad tried to construct his religion as closely as he could after the Jews' religion. He favored the Jews by accepting many of their laws and traditions. When the Jews refused to be converted, he commanded his followers to stop turning to the holy city of Jerusalem in prayer. Did you know that once upon a time, Muslims turned and faced the motherland, Jerusalem?
That's right.
Matter of fact, real quick, give me that in Galatians. What's that, Galatians 4 and 26? Because a lot of our people think that Africa is the motherland. Africa is not the motherland.
That's right.
You are not Africans. You are the Israelites that were sold into slavery for breaking God's commandments.
That's right.
You know, we've been taught through the process of history and slavery that Africa was the motherland. Let's see what the Word of God has to say.
Galatians chapter 4 and verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
So first and foremost, Jerusalem, the holy city of Jerusalem, is above all the other cities and nations on the earth. And it says Jerusalem above all is free. So you are supposed to be a free people, okay? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are supposed to be a free people. Now let's see what else the Bible has to say about Jerusalem.
Which is the mother of us all.
You hear that? God said Jerusalem is the motherland.
That's right.
Okay? Not Africa. Okay? Now, I'm going to continue reading here real quick. It said, when the Jews refused to be converted, he, meaning Muhammad, commanded his followers to stop turning to the holy city of Jerusalem in prayer, but rather to turn to the city of Mecca. He changed the Jewish Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement or fast day, which he had accepted for the month of Ramadan. Muhammad changed the Jewish Sabbath, which is today, It's from Saturday to Friday. We have another parallel with Christianity. In the 4th century, the church changed the Sabbath to Sunday and recognized and reorganized its calendar to make Easter separate from Passover. Like Christianity, Muhammad included in his Bible the Quran. You know what the word Quran means? It means recitation. Yo, Muhammad was illiterate. He was dumb as hell. He couldn't read. So if a man can't read, what else can he not do? Hold on, come here real quick. I want you to say it on the microphone so everybody can hear it.
Cannot write.
He can't write. So how in the hell is he credited with writing the Quran? He had a ghostwriter. Okay? The word Quran means recitation. Muhammad sat down and learned from the Jews.
Bring it out!
Okay? Matter of fact, we got the Quran right here.
That's right.
Okay, what's the 2nd Surah? Please. This is from the book of the cow. What the hell is that? Honestly. We want to read from books that are named after beasts of the earth instead of prophets of God? Read that.
Chapter 2, the cow. Out.
No, read that a little. This is chapter 2 of the moo cow.
Chapter 2, the cow. Al-Barak, verse 40. O children of Israel, called...
Hold on, wait a minute. No, see, because this book was written by an Ishmaelite, by an Arab.
That's right.
Why is he saying, O children of Israel? Read.
Verse 40. O children of Israel, call to mind my favor.
So even in the Quran, the Arab's book, it's saying to the children of Israel to call to mind God's favor.
That's right.
Remember the favor that God gave us.
Which I bestowed on you, and be faithful.
So even in the Quran, it tells us that we are God's chosen people, that he bestowed his favor on us. Let's go on to something else here. Where we at?
Same. Verse 40. Which I bestowed on you, and be faithful to your covenant with me. I shall fulfill my covenant with you.
Hold on. No, he's going to fulfill his covenant with the Arab, with Ishmael.
I shall fulfill my covenant with you.
God made a covenant with the children of Israel, not with the children of Ishmael. Okay? Now, matter of fact, jump down to verse 47 real quick. Right there.
Okay. The book of the cow, chapter 2, verse 47.
Verse 47.
Verse 47. O children of Israel, call to mind my favor, which I bestowed on you, and that I made you excel the nations.
God made us excel above all nations. Above all nations. Above all nations. What's so hard for you blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans to accept that? Give me that real quick, Deuteronomy 6:25. Or I'm sorry, 7 and 6.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
God made you above all nations on this earth. You know that? You sure can, but let's read this scripture real quick, okay?
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God told Moses to tell the children of Israel that you are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. What does the word holy implement? What is it? What are the implications behind the word holy? Special, set apart, different. Continue.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So God chose the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to be a special people unto himself. Okay? Not to Allah, not to Buddha, not to Krishna,
That's right.
not to this bastard image here.
That's right.
Read.
Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
No, that said equal to all people.
Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
No, but America says all men are created equal.
Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
God chose you, little sister. God chose you, little brother. God chose you, little sister.
That's right.
To be a special people above all people.
That's right.
Now, what's your question, sis? Hold on, I want you to speak into the mic because you got a soft voice.
Was Ishmael really Abraham's son?
Yes, Ishmael was Abraham's firstborn son, but he was not the chosen seed. Okay, give me that in Romans 9 real quick. I want to start at, what's that, verse 6? Romans 9-6. Let me take a look at that. The sister had a very valid question. She asked, was Ishmael truly Abraham's son? Yes, he was. But Ishmael was not the child of the promise. He was the bastard of the flesh.
That's right.
Give me verse 7.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
Abraham had many sons, okay? Abraham became the father of nations. But God said, just because people are the seed of Abraham, neither are they what?
All children.
Neither are they all children, meaning children of the promises of God.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
That's where the chosen seed of God would come from. Through the second son, the Yaqid son. Are you familiar with what the word Yaqid means? Unique son, or unique one, okay? That's actually my name, okay? I chose that name because of the representation it had in Isaac. My forefather, your forefather.
That's right.
Because Isaac was the Yahid of Abraham, the unique son, the unique one. Go ahead.
That is, they, oh, excuse me, am I in the right place? 9 and 8. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God.
So the children of the flesh are represented by Ishmael. They are not the children of God.
That's right.
Okay? Continue on.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
The children of the promise are counted for the seed. I want you to hold that, stay where you're at. I want you to bring out in Genesis 17 where God made the promise to Abraham. Okay?
The book of Genesis, chapter 17 and verse 18. And Abraham said unto God, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac.
Now, I want to bring something out real quick. You know, Sarah, Abraham's wife, she was barren. She couldn't have children. Okay? So God made a promise to Abraham. Do you know how old Abraham was when Isaac was born? He was 100 years old. Do you know how old Sarah was when she bare Isaac? 90. That's the promise of God. He said, I told you that I was going to bring you a child through her. That's where the promise came in. Continue.
And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him.
That's a promise. What does covenant mean? Promise. Blessings. Read.
And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant.
Hold on, a temporary covenant.
An everlasting covenant.
Because people think in Christianity today, in Islam today, that God threw away the Israelites. They think that God is no longer dealing with us. Little do they know. I want you to read that again.
And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and I will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac.
Yes, bro.
Now, the Arabs, they're a wealthy people on the earth. God kept his promise concerning them. He didn't allow Ishmael to go off into the wilderness and just be destroyed. He made sure that he dwelt in his own land. He made sure that his land brought him prosperity and wealth. Okay? Now, we're going to go back. Let's go back to Romans now. Romans chapter 9 and verse 9. Verse 9 again.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac.
Now again, these are the promises that are being handed out to by God to the children of Israel. Okay? Rebekah was Isaac's wife. Again, this is one of our foremothers. Okay? Read.
For the children, being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
Now, a lot of people wonder how God can just have a chosen person on this planet, a chosen people, and hate somebody else. Well, that doesn't seem fair. I just don't understand how God, who loves everyone, could make all these people and just hate one group of people. Let me ask you a question, Wilson. If you are, let's say you're making a painting, okay? And you've been, your services have been purchased so that you can make 5 paintings. All right, you make these 5 paintings, but 3 out of the 5 that you made, you hate. Is that wrong? You made them perfect, but you hate them. Okay? You made them for their specific purpose. All right? It's the same thing with God and mankind. Okay? But I don't want to get off topic. Okay? I was trying to answer part of your question about Ishmael. Okay? And going into some of the topic of what the soldier was going into. Hold the mic for me real quick, soldier, please, while I regain this page. Because the soldier was going into talking about the idols, okay? The Kaaba stone in Mecca, which, by the way, was one of the largest slave export stations in the world, okay? But I just want to read a little bit about this Kaaba stone, all right? This is from Babylon to Timbuktu, the original black Jews. Again, this is from the chapter, The Two Daughters of Judaism. The last paragraph. In order to win the pagans into the church, Christianity adopted many barbaric customs and traditions.
like switching the Sabbath day to Sunday. That was to make the pagans worship in Christianity. Like this image right here, that's completely not biblical. Okay? Likewise, Muhammad, to gain the loyalty of the pagan Arabs, adopted many of their beloved customs. The Kaaba stone, an idol, was to receive high regard in the new religion. Also, the pagan temple at Mecca was to remain as a holy site. So, paganism is at the very root of Christianity and Islam.
That's right.
Okay? And that's all I want to do. I don't want to take too much of the soldier's time here.
You got what you got? Leviticus 26:1. So, sisters, you understand what the officer was bringing out, right? All praise to the Most High. Let me show you something. Read that again.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1.
This is the commandment from the Most High God. So that God that you was reading about in the Quran that we were just reading about is just a ripoff from the Bible. Don't mess with the other man, you mess with the man. You understand? Read that.
Ye shall make no idols.
What do you say?
Ye shall make no idols.
The God of Israel not dealing with idols. How can you worship something that he created that you worship in him? If I made a toy and my son want to show me love, he play with my toy? Or is he going to reverence me? You understand what I'm saying? Read on.
Nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone.
What the last part say?
Neither shall you set up any image of stone.
It say, neither shall ye stand ye up any image of stone. Is that not exactly what they doing over there? Is that not let me show you that. Give me Isaiah 3 and verse 1. Islam, Christianity, first of all, the Most High got, drop all that. Give me Genesis 16 and 12. Muhammad came from Ishmael, did he not? That's what Muhammad, all Arabs claim descent. Okay, let's see what the Most High God say about Ishmael. And brother, you got a question. I'm going to deal with your question in 1 second. Read that.
Genesis chapter 16 and verse 12. And he will be a wild man.
Start at verse 11 so we get the full thought. Come on.
And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael.
Call his name what?
Ishmael. Because the Lord hath heard thy affliction.
Come on.
And he will be a wild man.
What will Ishmael be?
A wild man.
God said that Ishmael and the people who come from him would be a wild man, a wild people. They are the only people who would strap C4 to their chest and kill both of y'all. To my Allah Akbar. Read it again.
And he shall be a wild man. And his hand will be against every man.
No, just against his enemies.
Every man.
See that, sis? Now, how can you, in your right mind, Lord willing, how can you follow a wild man's religion? You understand? How can you do that? So now, give me Psalms 147 and 19. Let's go back to the basics. So what are we doing? We're teaching the blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians who they are according to the Bible. It's time to come out from all that foolishness. We've been asleep for too long. The God of Israel is the only God. Hold that, give me Psalms 96 and 5.
96 and 5?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
I'm going to show you what God said about, because you got Buddha. They worship Buddha what? They got a little fat man statue, correct? They got the other God in East India where she got what, 7 arms? Krishna, the destroyer. Read that.
Psalms chapter 96 and verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols.
They what?
All the gods of the nations are idols. But the Lord made the heavens.
You understand that, sis? You cannot worship the one true God worshiping an idol. God is not in that piece of wood. God is not in that wooden cross following this Cesar Borgia, the false image of Christ, when Christ is a black man according to the Bible. And the white man know it.
I know what his image is.
You know what his image is. So you know if he walked down the street right now, the police will stop and frisk him. You understand? Okay, all praises. All praise to the Most High. And skin darker than you. You do understand that. Now go to Psalms 147.
Also with Moses' wife, they claimed that she was like
Hold on 1 second. What'd you say, sister?
Also, they claimed that Moses' wife was like light complected, but she was dark.
I think you speaking about Miriam. Miriam got turned leprous, right? White as snow. That was his sister, who was running her mouth in Numbers 12 and got turned white, which means she was what before? Black. Plain and simple. Give me Psalms 147:19. I'm gonna show you what God did.
Psalms 147:19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He did what?
Showeth his word unto Jacob.
The Bible says that he showed his word unto Jacob. Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, the patriarchs. You understand? Read it again.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Read.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
No, the Most High God is dealing with everybody.
He has not dealt so with any nation.
Understand that? Come on.
And as for his judgments,
It's saying, as for his judgments, a judgment is a penalty for breaking his laws. One of the major judgments is slavery. It say, as for his judgments, the penalties for breaking his laws,
they have not known them.
it say they have not known them. He not dealing with them. You understand?
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.